okay, well, what are the goals anyways? You know, we got short-term memory. I'm so frustrated because things are not happening. Hey, what's up? It's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video here on Chats with Michelle. What's up? How's it going? As you know, here on this channel, I focus on pretty much my journey of navigating adulthood and pursuing purpose. So the title is quite confusing and not very telling. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So basically, about a few days ago or so, I woke up extremely frustrated. Honestly, I was frustrated. I was just annoyed. I'm just like, what's going on? I feel like I'm stuck. Like literally, I felt like I'm stuck. And I think a lot of my just frustration in the last couple of weeks or so had just came from me just feeling stuck and just being like, I have these goals, but I'm not necessarily accomplishing them. Like, what exactly is going on? So that pretty much led me to going to my dream board, my list of goals that I said that I wanted to accomplish this year. And I was like, I haven't accomplished anything. What is going on? And that brings me to my very first point of this video. I said that I didn't accomplish anything. Well, when I actually went to go and look at my dream board, it was actually the complete opposite of that. And actually what I said wasn't true. I actually had accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to go ahead and accomplish this year thus far. And that just kind of brings me to the tip of making sure that you're writing things down. At the top of every year for the last few years, I would say 3 years or so, I made it my intention, or I was very intentional rather, about writing down the things that I would like to accomplish for the year and being very plain and putting them in sight. It's very powerful to take a pen to a paper and write them down, and actually so that you can put it in a place where you can actually see it. The second thing that I noticed about my goals and things that I wanted to accomplish for this year, being that it's the fourth quarter and there's literally only 3 more months to the end of the year, was that yes, I accomplished some things, but there are also some things that I hadn't accomplished. And the reason why I hadn't accomplished it was simply because I hadn't made the time to accomplish them. So here I am feeling so frustrated, like I'm not getting things done. I haven't accomplished anything. But when I was looking at the things, some of the things that I hadn't accomplished, it was simply because I just hadn't made the time. And there's one thing that I've learned this year that I'll never forget is that you will never be able to find time. Like you'll never find time. You have to make time. And I realized that although I had my goals and things posted in a place where I should have been able to see them, it just kind of became this, in a way, wallpaper on the wall that I just passed by every single day and never really actually looked at it and really made the time to really see what it was. So that forced me to say, okay, there are 3 more months to the year and these things are actually feasible and obtainable, but what am I gonna do to make a difference to make sure that I can actually make the time to get these things done? And last but not least, which is my third point, is pretty much that then there were some goals on my goals list for this year, you know, my dream board for this year, that honestly were gonna be quite difficult to reach, if I'm being honest. They were pretty out of reach, and I was just like, there is no way that I can actually accomplish these things this year. And if I could accomplish them, it would be a freaking miracle. And with that being said, I went ahead and sat down and I just took some time to really ask myself some of these questions. And I'm gonna go ahead and read them out because these are the questions that I asked myself, and you can possibly ask yourself these same questions for those things or for those goals that you have that you feel like it's really out of reach and you don't know if you're actually going to be able to pursue them, or not necessarily pursue them, but to actually accomplish them. And I have my notes here, so I'm gonna go ahead and read them from the paper. First question I asked myself is, how far am I from the goal, and do I need to reassess? So I've said this before on my channel, and I'm gonna say it again here. Sometimes our goals aren't always our own goals. Sometimes we adopt other people's goals, and it's just like, okay, how far away am I? Like, I'm here now. What is the likelihood of me actually reaching this goal? And or do I need to just like maybe change it a little bit, or etc. And then to ask another question of, what is the point of this goal again? So if it's still mine, I've reassessed. Yes, this is still my goal. This is still my dream. This is still the vision. What is the point of it again? Like, why am I doing this again? Like establishing or re-establishing that why and why it's important to me. Another question I asked myself was, have I actually done everything humanly possible to actually achieve this goal? And do I actually believe that I can achieve this goal? One of my absolute favorite quotes from Patrice Washington is, God knows what you're waiting on when he sees what you're working on. At the end of the day, we can pray until hell falls from the sky, but nothing's gonna actually happen. A lot of things won't happen until you actually put your foot forward. Now, yes, obviously God is a miracle worker and he can do amazing things and all these different things. However, a lot of times you have to put in the work. And I had to be honest with myself and be real with myself for it was honestly just a few things that I was hoping and believing for this year. And I had to say, Michelle, well, have you done everything absolutely humanly possible that you can do? Like, have you done your end of the stick, or your end of the bargain to accomplish these goals? So, asking real tough and honest questions. And that's pretty much where I am at for the fourth quarter, my headspace, going into the next 3 months of the year, and just really just finishing out strong. Like I said, there are things that I absolutely can do. I know that I just have to be better about making time for. And that just kind of brings me to the point of the importance of making sure that you're going back and looking at your goals and checking your goals, because I realized that I had been frustrated because I had not checked back in. I had not checked back in to, one, with God, to be honest, but also to see, okay, well, what are the goals anyways? I'm so frustrated because things are not happening, when all reality things are happening, were happening, and I either did them and forgot because, we got short-term memory, or I started and didn't finish. You know what I mean? And the last point being that I didn't necessarily set myself up in the best way to make sure that those things got done. Now, with all of that being said, that brings me to my absolute last point, which is actually part of the title, which pretty much says stop chasing purpose and focus on wellness. Now, if you know me, you're probably like, Michelle, this is so contradictory to everything that you talk about here on this channel. What are you saying, etc.? I'm gonna read from my notes again, but the video was a TED Talk, and it was by Chole Hakim-Moore, and her TED Talk was called Stop Chasing Purpose and Focus on Wellness. And in that video, I actually thought that she made some really great points, and I'm gonna make sure to link that exact video that I watched in the description box below if you're interested in watching it. I think it was really great. But one of the things that she talked about, or a lot of what she talked about, was pretty much like, a lot of times we are so focused on, chasing this purpose or discovering or finding this purpose. And oftentimes we're not focused on our wellness. We're not focused on our health. We're not focused on our community, being sure that we have great people in our life. We're not focused on our mental health. Like, maybe you need to go see a therapist. I know, you guys know, I have not been shy about going to therapy. I've been to therapy many of times, and I am like an advocate for therapy. But basically, to her point, and what I understood from what she was saying was that, with making sure that you're okay, then purpose just kind of naturally comes along because you're okay, you're doing well, your well-being is okay. And I thought that was really I thought that she made a really great point, and I never really thought about it that way. I always talk about purpose on this channel, and as I am, navigating my adulthood and pursuing what purpose is, I always talk about purpose not being a one-size-fits-all, but purpose also being ever-changing and in the ebbs and flow of your life. It's never one thing. Purpose can change in different seasons of your life, and with it changing and with your different paths in your life changing, it's important that you are okay, that your well-being is okay. Because in all honesty, mindset is everything. And maybe, just maybe, those goals that you have just honestly haven't been met because you're not okay. And you have to take care of you first. And once you become okay, and once you become, worthy, and knowing that, you are worthy, you are more than enough, you are created for more, and have the audacity to go after your goals, then I would believe, or I would say, that purpose kind of naturally just starts coming, right? The thing that you love to do, etc. And yeah, so I just kind of wanted to share that with you today, and I hope it gives you a lot to think about. And that's pretty much all that I have for you today. It's a longer video than I normally post, but I thought it was important for me to get all of this out, and that is all. So thank you so much for watching. As always, you can like, comment, subscribe if you would like to, or share this video if you would like to. And that just brings me to a quick point. I was looking at my analytics recently, and I noticed that more than half, or to be exact, I think it was like 75 or 76% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed to my channel. And I would just, suggest, right, that if you are coming to my channel often and you are actually finding some sort of value here, consider subscribing. It costs you nothing, and it does help me out a lot. So yeah, just consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram at chats_with_Michelle_, and that's pretty much it. And I will see you on my next video here on Chats with Michelle. Bye. Peace out.